Okay, again, the website is color.adobe.com. Again, you can choose different types of colors that you want. I was choosing the triad there. But another way to choose colors, of course, is here where it says extract from an image right here. If you choose that one, you can select an image. And remember, I took a screen grab of Grease and I put it on my desktop here. And so where was that? Is that today? Where's today? That's this one, today. And it'll go and make a palette. See the palette right there? And you can adjust it a little bit. Muted, there we go. Say you like this right here. You can save it. Of course, you got to sign into your Adobe account and you can save it. And it becomes part of your Adobe account. It used to be a better site. I don't know why, but I don't know. It used to have more options. I don't know why it doesn't give me a lot of options. Another one is called Colors, C-O-L-O-R-S, Color? No, hold on. Let me search. There it is, Colors with two O's. COOLORS.co. This one is quite nice in that you can, well, they changed this as well. Whoosh, super fast color scheme generator. Start the generator, it's free. Oh, they have an app now. And so, I don't know, this used to be a better site, but it also gives you the hexadecimal values. You see that right there? I don't know, they seem to have changed this one. I don't know how. But you can export it out as a PDF or PNG, and then you can download that into your computer and open it up and use it. So, again, it was called Colors, C-O-O-L-O-R-S. That was a kind of interesting one. And they've changed. I don't know how to use it now. They've changed it so much on me. What was another one? This one, the Peloton. This one was nice because it'll give you all the CSS that you want for your website. So this one was kind of cool because why am I not seeing everything here? Look at that. It's just, I don't know. Maybe because my screen is so big. But you can actually move colors around. You can change. Here's a triad here. It'll give you different tints inside here. And you'll notice it generates kind of a menu or an option over here. Do you see this over here? And once you get the color schemes you want in this one, again, it's P-A-L-E-T-T-O-N, you can export out right here where it says export at the very bottom window here. And it'll give you all the hexadecimal values for your programming in HTML. You can export out as HTML, CSS. And so if you hit as CSS, which is probably a good one, look at that. It even gives you all the hexadecimal values for you to be able to recreate this in code. So if you're programming, these websites are very useful for getting colors and the code for the colors. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about, so I don't know what to tell you about the colors. Usually I go into a little bit more details, but for today I just went through it quickly. Okay, let's talk about the search bar. So some of the content that we have started to talk about would be either the banner at the top, right, the header. And so some of us already know about the Noun project. I've demonstrated that many times to you. Another place you can also get ideas, of course, is just plain Google. So if you go to Google and you go to images, and I can type in search box, and you'll see it gives you different ideas for search boxes. So probably the best way to make your search box is to make it yourself inside of Photoshop or Illustrator. So let's talk about a search box. What makes a good search box? Yes?
Space for someone to type.
What was it?
Like space for someone to type something.
A nice big space or small one? Yeah, I don't like small. I like nice and big because people, especially if you're going somewhere, you want to type something that doesn't get cut off. Now, when we measure a search box or anything in programming, we measure by character space. So it's a little bit different. Now, I know we're just mocking up, but the reason why I tell you these things is so that when you get to programming, you'll understand why certain things in a certain way. If we are making a box in programming, usually the box size is measured by characters. The character would be 11. Character? There we go. So usually it's measured. But today we can just measure in pixels for our example. So would you put text in it? Not really? It depends. This doesn't have text in it. This one doesn't have text in it. Do you need to have text in your box? Or do people know, hey, this is a search box? The magnifying glass, yeah. So it's up to you. There's no right or wrong way. Some people like text in it. Some people don't like text in it. I think one of the biggest problems is that it has text in it and you have to remove the text. I've seen that before. I'm like, why do I have to delete text? Just input text. So, is there any other way to search? How about voice? Voice search is going to be very popular. I had some reading on Canvas about voice search. Did you ever talk to your Alexa?
Yes.
Some of us talk to our Alexa. Alexa, show me something. Right? It's my favorite TV show. I don't know my favorite TV show anymore.
How about the image search?
Image search. Okay, let's make a search box real quick. Do you want to do it in Photoshop or Illustrator? What's that?
Illustrator?
Illustrator. Okay. I can do Illustrator, Photoshop, either way. Most likely you'll put it all together in Photoshop at the end, but make all your pieces in Illustrator if you want. Uh-oh. My license is expiring November 30th. Oosh. That's not good. Okay, I'm just going to start with any size right here. Remember my 1000 by 1000. Okay, so if you're using Illustrator, let me show you a little trick. Okay. You do have icons already inside of Illustrator. Those icons are located, and let me reset my window here because the other teachers are always, Sue, look, she's logged in as her. There we go. The other teacher is there. So inside of Illustrator, if you're using some of the features here, you can use, basically, there's a whole bunch of different icons inside there. There's a whole bunch of different font ones as well. So here's a quick and easy way, of course, is to use the dingbats or the thing. So if I click on using a text tool, so I'm in Illustrator right now, and I'm using the text tool right here. If I click on it, you'll notice it puts the little bar sitting there waiting for me. I can zoom in a little bit there if you want. And let me scroll a little bit. I don't know where my bar went. Where my bar went. Bar went somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's flashing. But if you look over here, you can go all the way down and you got your emojis, right? And you got these. But in fonts, you can... Oh, there's a romance one right there. There you go. You have the dingbats as well. Inside dingbats, they have a variety of different shapes. You can see them right there. You can use these very easily. I'm sure we can get a list of dingbats and what they could be used for. I don't know which ones are here. Okay, but that's one way to get icons on your screen. Again, is dingbats. Where can I find dingbats if I want them? Of course, if you remember, we did do the font dafont.com, did we not? dafont.com. In dafont.com, you'll notice you have a whole bunch of icon options over here. You have holiday ones. You got dingbats here. You want aliens, animals, Asian. horror, games, shapes, and you'll see you got all these shapes right here. To do that, we used these already in class, haven't we? Did we download and install fonts? I don't remember. Did I demonstrate that in this class? I've never demonstrated this in this class. No? No?
We've used Google Forms. I remember it was for the computer class.
Oh, this is my other class. Okay, well, let's demonstrate it right now then. I'm so sorry. Trying to give you other options besides the noun project. I think the problem that I run into is that I automatically showed you the noun project and everybody's going and using that. But there's other options is what I'm trying to show you. So let me get back to Illustrator real quick. So you saw that there is Dingbats in there. Okay, the Dingbats are a font that you can download and install. Now, there's pre-made ones. See them right here, these Dingbats right here, and then there's other ones in there as well. There is Wingdings. Wingdings. See the Wingdings? There's Wingdings. You got like fingers, arrows pointing. You got scissors. You got things like that. I'm looking for the hourglass for search. That's what I'm looking for. Another place you can get options is also in inside of the where am I looking? Oh no. Well, let me quit. Now, in order to install those fonts, you have to quit. So let me quit for a minute. You can't have the program running to install the font. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not going to save here. Let me get back to this website again. I'm looking for other things other than yep.
You actually can have the thing open.
What's it?
You can have the Illustrator open and install font.
And it'll show up?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I don't know. Usually fonts load when you start the program. Okay, good. Well, maybe you don't have to have the program running. At least Word you have to. So again, the website is called dafont.com. You can see it right here. And it's a great place that you can find artwork that you can use in your interface. Usually these are from the fonts that you choose. So again, there's a whole bunch of different fonts over here. Okay, and then there's a lot of shapes, and then you got barcode, nature, all these all the way over here, various. Shapes is probably the best for what we're trying to do. You can see, you got all famous shapes there. And then you can go to another, you can see there's tons of pages here. So you can scroll through, you got your fire. You can actually search. What are we looking for? We're looking for the search. What is it? What would that be called? Eyeglass? No, what is it?
Magnifying glass?
Magnify glass? I don't know if that's going to show up. Oh, no. What am I looking for? Search box? I don't know. No. Okay, that stuff's not going to show up. Sorry. Oh, there's a search box. Look at this one, plain with a search box. Okay, that didn't work. But whatever, you get the idea. There's a bunch of shapes you can down. To use them, let's say you want to use one of these stars. You go to where it says download. See it right here, download. It downloads as a zip file. So do you see how it compresses it? It compresses it as a zip file. And then it comes up down here as a zip file. You can uncompress it by clicking on it. It uncompresses. If I open it up, you'll notice there's different types of fonts. Probably the most common one is the TTF, which stands for True Type Font. There's also one called the Open Type, or OTP, I guess. Open Type Font. No, OTF, I guess. If you double click on it, it'll install it. Install font. Do you see that? And then you can click on it and install font. Well, somebody's also put in wild animals. And we got your romance. Oh, this is probably from last semester. Was I doing like a Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This was from last semester when I was teaching students how to make a Valentine's card, right? You need to make a Valentine's Day for your significant other. So once you install that, then if you go back to, what is it called? Seeing Stars? You can go back to Illustrator, and inside Illustrator you can use your star. Let's make it bigger. And then what did I call Seeing Stars? I think is what it was called. Seeing Stars. Seeing Stars. Here it is, Seeing Stars. And then I can put some in there. Whatever. Okay, there we go. So the problem that you run into is their fonts, though. So what you can do is once it's a font, you might be limited to the font, right? As being a font. So to convert the fonts into normal objects that you could use inside, let's say, a design that you're working on, after you type them in from that font, you can go underneath Type. Where is it? I want to convert it to regular text. I want to open. What am I trying to do? Create outlines. I'm sorry. Create outlines. By doing Type Create Outlines, it'll convert the letters that we just stole into a object. Now it's an object. I can click on it. And if it's grouped together like that, you can ungroup it by going under Object, Ungroup. And I want to move them individually. There we go. So let's say I wanted this star right here, or this star for my star rating. These aren't very good stars, but I'm just giving you an idea. Again, I'll do it again. You use the text tool. You type in what you want. This one was called Seeing Stars, but let's say I wanted ornaments. There's ornaments. I was looking for an hourglass. Oh, here's the romance ones. Whatever, you get the idea. Once you type in the characters that you want, we can make them a little bigger here. Once you type in the characters you want, to convert them into objects, from fonts into objects, is underneath Type, Create Outlines. Create Outlines. Doing so will make it into an object. Now, it has these as all grouped together. If you want to ungroup them so that they're not seen as a group, you go underneath Object, Ungroup, and now they'll be individual. So saying you want to use this heart in your design right here, this is a nice heart right there. You can use that in your design. People use that in interface design all the time as something that you like, right? You press that, you like it. So there you go. I got a heart now. I can use it in my design. Again, inside Illustrator, all the objects you have a color. You have a fill and a stroke. A fill is the inside, and then the stroke is the outside. So maybe I want to make the heart red. Maybe I want to make it smaller. Maybe I want to duplicate it. What's duplicate on the keyboard? What's duplicate? What key on the keyboard? Option. Option, click and drag. Duplicate. Okay, we got a few minutes. Let's make our search bar. I didn't find the icon I wanted, so we wanted the hourglass. I guess we can cheat. Let's go cheat. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make an hourglass. I'm too lazy. Let's just cheat. The noun project. Don't be stuck with these people, though. Try other options. And what are we doing? Search. Glass. What is that thing called? Search glass? Magnifying glass. Oh, well, this works. Search glass. Okay, which one is good? This the simple one right here? Look at that. You could probably make that in Illustrator real quick, but I'm going to steal it. Because this has nice round edges and everything. If you remember how to steal, how do we steal? Command-Shift-4. Let's draw our box around it. Remember that? We demonstrated that before. Get back to Illustrator. Let's make our search box. We're going to place by going under File, Place, File, Place. We've done this many times. We take our screen grab that we just stole, and we put it on the screen. And you remember to convert it into an object is what? What tool? Window, Image Trace, right? Image Trace. And remember, what was the option here? Ignore white. Ignore white, right there. Ignore white. Boom. And then say preview or trace. Do you remember doing that? We did that several times.
Is this
To turn the font into an object?
No, I mean, why are we, what's the main purpose of image trace?
To turn this into an object in Illustrator. That way I can use it as a shape and not a bitmap. Remember, taking the screen grab is bitmap. It has dots. We want to make it an object that I can use. So again, it was under image trace, ignore white, and then under object expand, turns it into an object I can use. Object expand, and then I can change the color. Let's do a blue color scheme here. Oops, if it doesn't change color, what is the problem? Well, it sees it as black and white. To convert this into color, you have to go underneath Window, Color, and then make sure your object is in RGB right here, RGB. So you need to do that a million times before you get used to doing that. Okay, let's make our search box. So that's how I got my hourglass. And then remember, to make an oval shape, we did it inside of Photoshop. We can do it here as well. In that, you got a rectangle here with the round rectangle. Do you like pill shapes or do you like square shapes for a search box? The pill shape is like a pill, you know, that's why they call it a pill shape. It has like round edges. You could do either one. Again, inside of Illustrator, it's the same. This looks almost exactly the same inside of Photoshop, doesn't it? You got your round rectangle tool. I'm gonna do a blue line. Oh, don't change something when you have it selected. I'm gonna go with a shape here, a round rectangle with a white inside, or how about a gray? We do like a gray inside with a blue line around the outside. Remember, any object you make inside of Illustrator, you have a fill color, and a stroke color, the stroke color. So I'm going to make a box now. Again, this round rectangle, and I'm going to kind of drag it over top of my thing here. There we go. That's a nice search box right there. Boom. Now remember, things inside of Illustrator are actually layered, which means I just drew a box over top of my search glass thing. So I need to move this behind there. To rearrange objects, you go under Object, Arrange, Send to Back. We'll put it behind that. There we go. So now I got my shape here with my box. And now, if you want the round edges to be more round, there's actually an option inside of Illustrator for making things, and so you can make them using the where is it? Properties. Where's properties? Where's properties? Properties. Properties right here. Where's properties? Properties. No, why is it? Oh, it's stuck over here somewhere. There is a properties. I know there is. It's just not showing up. It's way over here. Properties. Properties. There it is. So objects inside of Illustrator have things called properties that allow you to adjust it. Oh, jeez. Whatever, I'm so sorry, I can barely move here. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Now I lost my menu. Oh, look at that. Jeez. There's just not enough room in these computer screens for everything here. And then again, in the properties window, you should be able to adjust the actual angle. You change the stroke to be a little bit bigger. I might put 2 on there. And then you should be able to change the angle. Is this the angle? Where's the angle of the edge? Oh, you got to grab these little dots right here. That'll change it. These little dots, they changed it here. Let me zoom in. So if you do a pill shape here, it's these little dots right here. See how you can go out and go in, go out and go in. So that would be a pill shape. There we go. Okay, so that is a nice kind of search box right there. What do you think? Something like that. Now, if I was going to save this to put into Photoshop for my final design, how would I do that? Well, you need to shrink the artboard down to this art and save it. So again, one way, there's a couple different ways you can go about getting it in there, but what I would do, let me remove all this other crap. There we go. So again, I like this search bar. It's ready for my design. I can highlight the art, go to where it says Object, Artboards, and then say Fit to Art Bounds. Fit to Art Bounds. It'll shrink the artboard down to the artwork. There it is. And then save that as Illustrator. You can save that as AI, and this is my search box. Oops, too many E's in search. Search box, and then save it as Illustrator, and then I can just bring that right into Photoshop. So you should think about getting all your artwork ready between now and next class so we can start putting things together. Think of your icons you want, download those, convert them inside of Illustrator if you can. If not, your friend can help you do that, just like I showed you. I showed you this like 4 or 5 times already, right? Yes? I can help you. At least get the icons you want, and I can help you. The other thing is you want to get your photos. Last class I talked a lot about photos. You should choose a place that you want to do your travel site on. If you want to work with your friend, you can maybe do it together. Maybe you do the same place and you do a different layout. When I was doing this last semester, let me stop.